So we have a matrix of characters x and y and dot, and we asked to find how many submatrices we have that have equal frequencies of fx equal fy, and it also should be at least one x or y. Now the solution is go row by row, count how many x's we have and how many y's we have, and then we count them and store in some prefix array storage. So it's y2, and this is would be 2, 2, 2, and so, and for the new cell we just have to look how many we have to the left and how many we have to the top, and then just plus them. So the current frequency is left plus top, and this would be the entire submatrix. So the top cell will answer the question how many we have in this top submatrix, and the left is how many we have in this left row. And summing them together, we have the entire frequency, and we store it in some storage. Now let's look at the answer. So this was my accepted code. I use two separate arrays and just as I described, increment values x and y. The x and y are a row running sum. I also use this size +1, but it is not necessary because I actually reference them. So, but this one is not necessary because I don't reference to the left. So now let's look at the golfed solution. We kind of can optimize it further. So this is my final Kotlin version. As you can see, it's kind of short. I use this instead of two arrays of x's and y's. I use kind of the balance trick. Just increment when you have see the x and decrement when you see the y. But we have extra rule to have at least one x or y, so we have to keep a separate flag, and I keep it as a separate running flag, and I shift left the x balance, and together it looks like I add the x to the running sum row. I also use a single dimension row. I don't have to remember the previous one because the row is always the previous one. And I keep the flag with bitwise OR operation. And finally I check the balance is equal 0, and also we have flag. So together it is 1. So this is how it looks for the Kotlin. Now let's look at the Rust solution. It's kind of the same, but instead of the separate J variable, I use zip mutable value, mutable reference for the vector to just use it to mutate it in place. So together row and v can be mutated. So this x is from the v, and this c value is from the row. that's it for today.